Hey everybody, what's up? Kevin here from the My Song Day Rock 2000 Today YouTube channel, and today we're going to be reviewing the 6th and hopefully not the final album from the supergroup Hell Yeah. This is Welcome Home. Okay, so for those of you who have never been here or completely forgot how these album reviews work, let me give you a quick rundown. I will first go through a little bit of a background on the band so we're all on the same page to where we are up to Welcome Home. Then I will go through each song 1 through 11, give you my thoughts on the meaning of the song, how it sounds with the instrumentation, the melody, the lyrics, the vocals, anything you could think of to comprise a review for that song. And then I'll put it all together and give the album a rating on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being like choking on a piece of turkey on Thanksgiving, and 10 being having the best Thanksgiving meal of your life. And do not worry, I will tell you why my reasoning for that rating is. So enough of it, let's get on to it. Alrighty, so let's get all caught up on Hell Yeah up to this point. So Hell Yeah is a supergroup consisting of 5 members. It consists of lead singer Chad Gray of Mudvayne. You get Tom Maxwell on guitar from Knives Out. You also get Christian Brady. You get Kyle Sanders. And of course on drums, the famous Vinnie Paul from Pantera. Now their previous release was called Undeniable, and this was released back in 2016. They began actually working on Welcome Home in November of 2017 and started recording it. Unfortunately, on June 22nd, 2018, Vinnie Paul passed away due to coronary artery disease, which left the band in a little bit of disarray because who knew what the heck was going to happen. However, the band had recorded Vinnie's drum parts for each and every song up to that point, so all his drum tracks were there. Now, when it came to pulling out the release of this album, they announced initially that the album was going to be released on June 28th, and they released their first single back when they announced this back, I believe it was in March or May of 2019. They announced that Roy Megora of Stone Sour would be filling in for Vinnie on the live shows and potentially become a full-on member of the band, which I think he is at the moment. So, hey, at least they found their replacement drummer with someone who really fits that supergroup mentality very well. So the album was then released on September 27th, 2019, and a couple days beforehand, Tom Maxwell actually expressed some doubts about the future of the group, saying that this might be their last album due to the fact that Vinnie Paul is not there and how involved Vinnie Paul was, not necessarily with just the drums, but the overall construction of the album in every single song. So without him there, the band is not entirely sure if they're going to continue after the release of Welcome Home and its subsequent tour, but we'll see what happens. But enough with the background, let's get into the full-on album. Alrighty, so the first song of the album is the first single, which was released on March 14th. Hey, at least I said it was, announced in March. And this is the song 333. Now, this song is all about being a metal fan and being treated like an outcast or being judged based on your appearance, which a lot of metal fans really feel. Now, this song, they had the lyrics penned following the death of Vinnie Paul, but Vinnie was actually the one that composed this. And you can really tell this through the rapidness of the composition of the song. The verses are incredibly rapid to the point where metal fans are really going to feel a strong connection to this. Myself, though, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of it. However, I thought going rapid was the right move. I just think the pace is a little bit too fast for what the song is trying to accomplish. However, it's not the worst move in the world. The chorus is nicely constructed. It makes up this really nice, consistent melody that breaks up the rapidness that the verses really brings in. So I did enjoy that as well. And I really enjoyed the guitar in between the chorus and the bridge. But not the solo, though. The solo just sounds way too generic. But when you're breaking up the chorus and the bridge with it, ooh, does it sound good. So overall, I'm going to say this for 333. Metal fans are going to love this song. I've been hearing it for months, about 6 months now, and I'm pretty sure they love it. Me, I'm okay with it. It's just not my top song. Alright, coming in at number 2 is the third single on the album, which is Oh My God, which was released on the initial announce date of June 28th, 2019. I can't really find a real reason what the song is about, but I think it's about fighting off those religious extremists that really try and put metal fans in a box again based on appearance, much like what 333 was talking about, but looking at overall pop culture instead. The verses are a little bit weird where they have this real minimal instrumentation and a little bit of a metalcore delivery to them as well. And it kind of just takes me out of the song completely right when it starts out. I'm like, I'm just not really feeling this song. It doesn't necessarily have a certain kick or drive to really bring me in. The chorus thrashes though, and it mixes between this unclean vocals and this drawn out rapid but clean or style vocal, and I really like the construction, but I just think it misses the mark for me, given the fact that I think that it could just be a little bit more smooth, but it just doesn't really hit the mark for me as well. I do like the guitar solo on this one, though. I think they did a really good job with it because it mixes well with that thrash, so I think the song is a little bit messy, but that guitar solo on Oh My God is fantastic. Coming at number 3, we have the second single that was released on May 17th. This is the titular song from the album, which is Welcome Home. Now, I think the song is talking about how these outcasts, such as the metal fans, the outcast society, are able to find this solace in the sense of community, in the sense of home within a less desirable situation that metal, kind of gives them as that thing to go home to. The song just starts with more of a hard rock sound, and it really continues on to that. It kind of sounds like if Audioslave would go with as hard as possible that they would do on their style. So I did kind of find that interesting. The chorus seems kind of chopped up though in this one. It would have been a little bit more impactful in my mind if the lyrics were constructed and flowed a lot more consistently, like at the end of the chorus, but in the middle of it, just kind of chopped up a little bit. Not the biggest fan. But I do like how the bridge does take a little bit of a softer approach on this one, because it helps bring those non-metal fans really into the song, following a quick guitar solo, which is really nicely done. So I do like it because it has that more of a hard rock sound, which I'm more attuned to, but kind of how it ties in the song's purpose, I'm just really not sure. At number 4, we have the song I'm the One, and I think this is an overall commentary on how metal fans and that kind of group are seen as scapegoats sometimes of certain things in life that pop culture really can't put a finger on, like, oh, who to blame for this? And they kind of look at metal fans and kind of like, oh, we're going to put it on them. So I think it's a commentary on that overall. The intro starts out with more of this like hard rock consensus, especially with the hard rock riff that the guitar goes with. So for me, it really pulls me in, and the verses are consistent with more of a slowly driving clean style, which is different from the first 3 songs that we've seen up to this point, which I thought, oh, this is a really nice little, mix up at this point. And I really like it, especially if they focus on more of the unclean vocals in the chorus, which they do. They did not disappoint on this one, as they are a little bit more cleaner, but they're still unclean at the same time. So you can really get a feel of what's going on with the song. The chorus does hit with that hard rock sound too, and it picks the pace up a tad overall. I do like that move overall as well. So with how the theme ties in, I think the band actually did a good job with I'm the One, because it has more of a marching feel, it has more of a conforming feel to rebel against that kind of, being put down in society as a metal fan. So coming at number 5, we have the 4th single on the album, which was released on September 13th. This is Black Flag Army. I think the song is kind of a call to arms for metal fans to stand up and to retake your place in popular culture, in a pop culture music scene that's dominated by hip-hop and rap, popular country music, and pop music as well. So the verse started with more of a mellow kind of sound, but I do really like the beat that is laid down by Vinnie Paul on this one, because it drives this certain building to the song. And I like how the lyrics start out slow and speed up along with it as well. Really creates for a nice mix. The chorus in this one is rather rough, but it has a harder sound to it from the accompanying instrumentation, which overall kind of mixing it in, especially what they were building to, was the right move. The guitar solo on this one, I thought, oh, this is a little bit interesting. It's not the best in my opinion, but it really does keep it that driving feel. I'm indifferent on this song, guys. Basically because I look at it, I'm like, I like how the overall theme, I like that way it builds, but something just sounds really off to me about it. So I'm like, I like it for parts, but I don't like it for parts. I don't know. Coming in at number 6, we have the song At Wit's End. This song is all about how the darkness in your mind can deteriorate your mental state like burning a candle at both ends, and how it can quickly and rapidly deteriorate until your brain is essentially fried. So it's a really focus on mental health here. The intro in this one is interesting because it slowly builds into it, which I thought was a really big breath of fresh air, because most of the previous songs just really went full on into it, which I do like. However, I do like how they mix it up at times, and this was a great placement for this one. The verses build with a more metal style instrumentation, but the lyrics on this one, I thought like, oh, this is kind of like the way it sounds and how it's sung. A little bit of grunge influence on this one. Like, I kind of like the experimentation on this one, as it creates a different feel kind of against the rest of the album. I'm like, okay, now you really kind of stand out a little bit on this one. Good fan. But the chorus is where I have an issue, as I really don't care for the I am the candle parts of it, because the song really drags on in that, and it drags it out, and it just lessens the impact of the overall song. If they didn't really drag that out there, I thought the chorus would be a lot better, but then again, that's my opinion. The guitar solo on this one, and in the bridge, the guitar part, ooh, they absolutely shred and they go incredibly hard, and that brings me right back into the song. So overall, I have hits and misses on the song. The misses are really in the vocals and how it's constructed for that part, but how the guitar works in this one, ooh, is that a hit? At number 7, we have the song Perfect. Now, this song was released on August 7th, but wasn't actually recognized as a single, so I thought, oh, this is interesting, but oh well, we'll listen to it early anyway. The song is an empowering anthem, actually, which is like, talks about embracing all of your flaws, not letting anyone else's opinion affect your opinion on yourself, to where you are the one that matters in your thought about yourself. Not gonna lie, though, when I listened to this song, it initially had some like pop rock tendencies, which I thought, that's a little bit of an interesting inclusion. It kind of, shows a little bit more influence. I thought, interesting move. We'll see how it pans out. We'll see what happens. Vinnie's drums on this one really aren't anything special, in my opinion. And this is kind of a bummer, because I thought, you know what? I've seen some good stuff from Vinnie, especially on this album. At this one, maybe just the one let down the album. No big deal. But I was like, oh, I was hoping for something else. Just a little bit more. I do like how the chorus has these varying tempos in it, where it's, faster, slower. And it just really works well, in my opinion, not gonna lie. The guitar solo, though, it has this like classic 80s guitar solo feel to it, which, of course, I kind of dig because it's different right now, and it really brings back memories of my childhood, because that's what I used to listen to when I was a kid. So, overall, what I think of the song, I like how it's constructed and the meaning on how it flows together, but I just don't care for the song as a composition outside of, like if you focus on empowering anthem motion, because if you don't focus on that aspect of it, it's really not that best of a song, and it just doesn't hit the mark as well. At number 8, we have the song Bury You. And the song is a representation of how metal fans feel when the world treats them and kind of thinks them and puts them down. It's time to bury those people and bury those thoughts processes that really keep them down. The intro guitar of this one is absolutely lovely, as it creates this heavy metal and metalcore kind of fusion. And I absolutely love the way it sounds. It starts out. This was a great start to the song. I'm like, let's keep it going. The verses kind of sound like Chord in a way at the beginning, and then they kind of get harsher into the second half of the verse. I thought, oh, I'm digging this, especially with that, metal and metalcore guitar fusion. I'm like, yeah, let's go. The chorus in this one is just a straight up metal smoke show with unclean vocals, and they easily mix well together with the underlying instrumentation. So I'm like, yes. The bridge does also change the pace of the song as well, and then brings in just shredding guitar. So I'm like, this is what I was hoping for from Hell Yeah. And I thought, hell yeah. So overall, what do I think of the song? Best on the album. Oh yeah. We are at song number 9, and this is the song called Boy. So the song is a commentary on how society kind of boxes metal fans and just kind of toss them into a spot. It's like, okay, they're metal fans. They're going to be this stereotypical kind of way, and we're just going to leave them alone. It's a commentary about that and kind of how that maybe isn't probably the best way to go about it, because you're really boxing in just a large group of individuals with individual preferences. So the song is straight up new metal through and through. That's the influence of it. That's the style of it. You are not going to convince me otherwise of that, as it has this rapid and metal style instrumentation, and the verses and the chorus of the song are just sung at an incredibly rapid rate with that real new metal kind of feel, which I thought were a little bit, interesting. Thought that was an interesting move, especially because it's great experimentation. Those vocals are always very raspy and kind of hard to take in, but it's kind of like listening to 333, but just at twice the pace. So it was a little bit hard to understand. I do love the choice to experiment on this one with that new metal sound. I like it, but the vocals just kind of didn't mix well with the whole entire song in the outset. That's just my thought. At number 10, and I think this was supposed to be the last track actually on the record, with Sky and Water. And this song is a tribute to Vinnie Paul, as it has a more acoustic feel to it. And they want to bring back memories and evoke nostalgia and think about the good time they had with their brother in a band. And it's not uncommon for a lot of bands to do these days. I think the biggest example of a band that's done this recently is Disturbed with their Evolution album, with some stuff like A Reason to Fight and Hold On to Memories. They really focus in on this, and I think it was a good move by them as well. I do like the inclusion on it, even though it kind of cuts up the flow of the album. It comes in at the end, and it really ends up fitting well in there, because it's like, we're expecting full-on metal from Hell Yeah, but when you're dealing with something like the loss of Vinnie Paul and you're trying to really show a tribute to him, the acoustic move was the right one, and it really actually ends the album on quite a nice note. Okay, so coming in number 11, we don't necessarily have an actual song here. This is just a 48-second sound clip called Irreplaceable. And I believe this is a clip from Vinnie Paul right before his passing, with just audio from him just talking about, having a good time. And I really like its inclusion after I thought about it, because you look at the whole entire album, this is Vinnie Paul's work. This is the last we're going to really hear from him, especially when it comes to song composition and his drum tracks. And it's really a nice inclusion, especially after coming from Sky and Water, because it shows how much the band was influenced by him and how much they actually loved him. And it really does speak volumes, since Tom Maxwell's sentiment earlier before the album was released about how this might be the last Hell Yeah album because there is no more Vinnie Paul. It was a great and touching way to end the album, and I was a big fan of it. All right, so what is the rating for Welcome Home by Hell Yeah? My rating is... I'm going to give Welcome Home a 6.5 out of 10. So 6.5 out of 10. Why am I going 6.5 out of 10? Why I like this album was because of the experimentation and styles that they really went off of, with new metal on the song Boy, metalcore on the song 333, metal on just regular old Welcome Home, hard rock on I'm the One, and the acoustic Sky and Water really worked out well. And the meaning of the album, because it really focused on metal fans and how they're seen by society, and kind of using that as a sense of community that metal always brings them home, and that gives them a sense of home and community. I really did like they went off on that one. And the song Bury You, I really like this song. It was the best one on the record. Well done. Can't get enough of it. But what did I dislike about this album, and why isn't it higher? Well, some of the vocals I really didn't like. They just didn't seem to really add up and really complement the song as well. It just didn't go over as well as I would have hoped they would have on songs like Oh My God, Welcome Home, and At Wick's End. It just really kind of drew me away from those songs in the end overall. And then some of the songs, I just didn't think they were constructed enough overall to where like parts of the songs and just didn't add up with anything else. It just really kind of got messy in there. Songs like Perfect, Oh My God, and Black Flag Army are my examples for that. They just didn't really fit well for me. I'm like, oh, I'm just not really into the album. Overall, was this a bad outing by Hell Yeah? Hell no, this was not a bad outing. I thought this was a rather good outing for them. There are good moments with some questionable moves as well. However, if this is their finale, if this is their magnum opus without Vinnie Paul, if this is the last we're going to see from Hell Yeah, I think they went out on a good note. However, I do hope they end up coming back, especially with their new drummer. So we'll see what happens there. However, I'm expecting the best, and I wish Hell Yeah the best. Overall, do I think it's a good album? Yeah. I think you should give Welcome Home a listen if you haven't. Alright guys, well that's it for me. Thank you for watching the My Song They Rock 2008 album review on Welcome Home by Hell Yeah. If you like the video, give me the like. If you dislike, give me the dislike. But put in the comments why you like or dislike it, because I want to see what you have to say, and I want to talk to you all about the album. If you're not subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button. No, not that one. Get that one out of here. You're going to want to hit the small one in the corner. And then I also want you to hit that bell icon, because you'll be notified every time we release videos every single Wednesday or Monday up to this point. We might change that though. Who knows? All right, let's get those all on out of here. And now follow us on social media, because you're going to keep in touch with all of us and all the crazy stuff we do. Like on Facebook, because you're going to be notified anytime anything comes out. Twitter, we're just going to talk to you guys about music. Instagram, we're going to talk to you guys and actually talk to you through Instagram Live and our IGTV channel. You can get a behind the scenes look at us. Also, follow us on TikTok as well, because, well, we're doing some fun stuff on TikTok. Links in the description below for all. Let's get those out of here. And let's talk about the Chord Progression Podcast, brought to you by My Song They Rock Saturday. It's our own podcast where we do deep dives into stuff. We will talk to you, the fans, about new albums. We'll talk to smaller bands we have for Small Band Saturday. It is fun as ever. And it's just a great way to just get deeper dive into the hard rock and metal music that you really like. So go subscribe. Links in the description below for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and still, we're here on YouTube as well. Also, you're not subscribed to our Amazon Alexa skill. She's in the room. That is something that you're going to have to do. Link in the description below, because you're going to get to hear the song of the day. You're going to get to hear it in its entirety for 24 hours. You also get to hear the whole entire Small Band Saturday feature, which is a smaller band that we will feature, and you can get on the ground floor with them. We will also do previews on our Instagram page and Twitter page and Facebook page. So you get to hear them and get in early on them, because some of them, like Ascending from Ashes, Kingdom Collapse, and GFM, Gold Frankincense and Myrrh, are fantastic. So you're going to want to listen to those right now. So please enable that on your device. And as always, I want to say thank you. I love doing this as work, guys. I love this passion project of mine, and I really hope you enjoy it as well. So that's gonna be it for me. Thank you for watching the My Song They Rock 2000 Day album review on Welcome Home by Hell Yeah. You guys know how we're gonna end this video, right? Let's see if I got this. I never get it, but see ya!